If you've been lifting for months, maybe even years, and your body still looks almost the same, it's not because you need more motivation. It's not because you need a new workout split. And it's definitely not because you need some overpriced anabolic supplement from a guy with fake natty genetics. The truth? Most people are trying to build muscle with a surface-level strategy. They train hard. They eat pretty decent. They take protein. And then they wonder why their results are painfully slow. But muscle growth doesn't just depend on effort. It depends on biology. And when you understand how to manipulate the biological signals that control hypertrophy, recovery, and protein synthesis, you can build muscle way faster than the average gym bro. In this video, I'm breaking down 5 proven biohacks that actually work. Not magic, not fake fitness influencer nonsense, just evidence-backed strategies that can help you gain muscle faster, recover better, and make every workout more productive. Let's get into it. 1. Trigger muscle protein synthesis. More often, if your goal is to build muscle, your body needs to spend as much time as possible in a muscle-building state. That state is called muscle protein synthesis, or MPS. MPS is the process where your body repairs and builds new muscle tissue after training and protein intake. Here's the problem. A lot of people hit their protein target, but they distribute it terribly. They'll eat 20 grams in the morning, 30 at lunch, and then 100 grams at dinner. That's not optimal. Research shows muscle protein synthesis is stimulated best when you consume enough high-quality protein in a single meal, especially enough leucine, the amino acid that acts like the on switch for muscle growth. For most people, the sweet spot is around 0.25 to 0.4 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per meal, spread across 3 to 5 meals per day. For a 180-pound lifter and around 82 kilos, that's roughly 20 to 33 grams of protein per meal, minimum. In practice, many lifters do even better with 30 to 40 grams per meal, and total daily intake matters too. Meta-analyses suggest muscle growth tends to maximize around 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, with potential benefits up to about 2.2 grams per kilogram for some people. So if you're 180 pounds, that means roughly 130 to 180 grams of protein per day. The hack here is simple. Don't just hit total protein. Pulse it. Give your body multiple opportunities each day to trigger MPS. That means 30 to 40 grams of protein at breakfast again, after training again at dinner, and possibly one more meal or snack, depending on your calorie target. If you've been eating your protein like a snake swallowing one giant meal at night, fix this first. It's one of the easiest gains you can make. 2. Use progressive overload the smart way, not the ego way. Let's clear something up. Muscle doesn't grow because you're tired. It grows because you create enough mechanical tension and then recover from it. That's why progressive overload still matters. But most people misunderstand it. They think progressive overload just means adding weight every week no matter what. So their form gets worse, their range of motion gets shorter, and their PR is really just a half rep with momentum and denial. That's not overload, that's performance theater. Real progressive overload means improving one or more of these variables over time. More weight, more reps, more sets, better technique, more control, better range of motion. And one of the biggest findings in hypertrophy research is that muscle can grow effectively across a wide rep range, anywhere from roughly 5 to 30 reps, as long as the sets are taken close enough to failure. That means you don't need to max out all the time. You need hard sets with intent. In fact, training with 1 to 3 reps in reserve is often enough to stimulate growth, while managing fatigue better than taking every set to absolute failure. The biohack here is to focus on high-quality volume. Track your lifts, use standardized form, control the eccentric, and aim to beat your previous performance without turning the exercise into a different movement. Because if your incline dumbbell press went from 70s for 8 clean reps to 80s for 5 ugly reps with your shoulders taking over, you didn't really overload the pecs, you just moved more weight. And those are not the same thing. The lifters who grow fastest are not always the ones training hardest. They're the ones sending the clearest growth signal to the muscle. 3. Sleep like muscle growth depends on it, because it does. This one gets ignored constantly. Everyone wants the perfect pre-workout. Nobody wants a bedtime. But sleep is one of the most anabolic tools you have. During sleep, your body regulates testosterone, growth hormone, recovery, nervous system function, glycogen restoration, and protein synthesis. Mess that up, and your gains slow down fast. There's real data on this. Studies have shown that sleep restriction can reduce muscle protein synthesis, impair recovery, lower training performance, and even shift body composition in the wrong direction. One study found that when subjects were sleep-deprived during dieting, the proportion of weight lost from lean mass increased significantly. Another often cited study showed that restricting sleep to 5 hours per night for 1 week reduced daytime testosterone levels by 10 to 15% in healthy young men. That is massive. Lower testosterone, worse recovery, less energy, poorer training output, more cravings. higher fatigue. And then people wonder why they feel flat in the gym. If you want to build muscle faster, aim for 7.5 to 9 hours of sleep per night consistently. Not just on weekends, not when life calms down. Consistently. And if your sleep quality sucks, fix these first. Stop caffeine 8 to 10 hours before bed. Keep your room cool and dark. Avoid bright screens the last hour before sleep. Keep a consistent sleep and wake time. Don't eat a massive junk meal right before bed. This is one of those biohacks that feels boring, until you realize better sleep improves literally everything that drives hypertrophy. Training quality goes up, recovery improves, hormones stay healthier, and your body actually has the resources to grow. You do not outtrain bad sleep. 4. Creatine, the most proven muscle-building supplement on Earth. If there's one supplement that actually deserves the hype, it's creatine monohydrate, not test boosters, not BCAA candy, not nitric oxide dragon powder with a flaming skull on the label. Creatine. It's one of the most studied supplements in sports nutrition, with hundreds of studies behind it, and the benefits are real. Creatine helps increase phosphocreatine stores in muscle, which improves your ability to produce ATP, your body's fast energy currency during high-intensity exercise. In simple terms, it helps you squeeze out more performance, maybe one more rep, maybe a little more weight, maybe better output across multiple sets. And over time, those small improvements compound into more muscle growth. Research consistently shows creatine supplementation can improve strength and lean mass, especially when combined with resistance training. A common dosage is just 3 to 5 grams per day. That's it. You can do a loading phase if you want. Around 20 grams per day for 5 to 7 days split into smaller doses. But it's not required. You'll get to saturation either way. And no, creatine is not a steroid. No, it does not destroy your kidneys if you're healthy. And no, you do not need some fancy buffered version that costs 4 times more. Just use basic creatine monohydrate. It's cheap. It's safe for healthy individuals. It's effective, and it works. A lot of people want a biohack that sounds futuristic. Meanwhile, the best legal muscle-building supplement available is sitting in plain sight for like 15 bucks. Take it daily. Stay hydrated. Move on. 5. Control your calorie surplus. Because more food is not more muscle. This is where people sabotage themselves the most. They hear, you need to eat big to get big. And suddenly they're eating like they're preparing for hibernation. Dirty bulking is not a muscle-building hack. It's just inefficient. Yes, you need a calorie surplus to maximize muscle growth, but there's a limit to how much muscle your body can build at a given time. Once you go way beyond that, the extra calories are much more likely to become fat. For most natural lifters, a smart lean bulk is around 200 to 300 calories above maintenance per day. Maybe a bit more if you're very young, very active, or very underweight. But force-feeding yourself 1,000 extra calories every day is not going to make you grow 5 times faster. It's just going to make your cut way more miserable later. A realistic rate of muscle gain for natural lifters is slower than social media makes it look. Beginners may gain roughly 1 to 1.5% of body weight per month under good conditions. Intermediates usually gain less. Advanced lifters gain even slower. That's normal. So the hack is this. Use a controlled surplus and monitor your rate of gain. Aim to gain around 0.25 to 0.5% of your body weight per week. If you're 180 pounds, that's about 0.45 to 0.9 pounds per week. If your weight is shooting up faster than that, chances are a lot of it is fat. And here's the key. Better insulin sensitivity, better nutrient partitioning, and better training performance usually happen when you're fueling intelligently, not just overeating recklessly. Prioritize. Enough protein, enough carbs to fuel training, enough fats for health and hormones, and a slight calorie surplus you can sustain. Muscle growth is a long game. The guys who build impressive physiques naturally are usually not the ones doing extreme bulks. They're the ones staying patient long enough for the biology to work. Final takeaway. So if you want to build muscle faster, stop looking for shortcuts that bypass the process and start using the hacks that actually improve the process. Here are the 5 again. 1. Trigger muscle protein synthesis multiple times a day with properly distributed protein. 2. Use smart progressive overload with high-quality hard sets. 3. Prioritize 7.5 to 9 hours of sleep, like it's part of your training plan. 4. Take 3 to 5 grams of creatine. Monohydrate daily 5. Stay in a controlled calorie surplus instead of dirty bulking. Do these consistently and you won't just gain muscle. You'll gain muscle faster and with better recovery, less wasted effort, and a much better physique in the long run. Because the truth is, the biggest transformation usually doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing the right things better. If you got value from this video, hit like, because that helps push this content to more people who are tired of fake fitness advice. Subscribe if you want more evidence-based videos on muscle growth, fat loss, performance, and body optimization. I'll see you in the next one.